Hello dear students and welcome back. In the last session we have seen what is Google Sheet, how you can use it and a little things that you can do with Google Sheet. In this session we will see the details.
The next that we'll be seeing is how to include formulas in a Google Sheet. As you know, formulas are very powerful that help you utilize or to efficiently use your Google Sheets. Okay, so to include and insert a formula or for computation, you will be using formulas. Different formulas are provided in Google Sheet. To check what all formulas are there, just click on this fx button. You can see what are the different groups of operations or the functions that are defined in Google Sheet. If I give for an operator, you have minus, multiply, or unary, plus, add, concatenate. All options are available here. Or you look into the logical set of operations, you have bitwise shift, bitwise XOR, all operations are available. Or you have filters available, different types of filters are available. Or you have engineering related formulas like binary to octal convert or complex number or decimal to binary convert. All these functions are predefined. Okay, to insert a formula like a normal Excel sheet, you'll be giving an equal to sign followed by, if I want to find the sum, I type SU, you can see the sum has come. Now I have to select the range. How can I select the range? I can select the range as selected value. This is what is my range, that is C2 to G2. Okay, so my function I can give it here as C2 to H2. Okay, that is the sum. And if I want to copy the same thing, I can just click on the column header and I have an autofill option here that will automatically fill all the values. Okay, so if I want to copy this or if I want to copy the same formula to the remaining cells, I'm just going to select the cells. Okay, click on the cell, you can see an autofill option. All the values will be stored here. Okay, just we'll see. The value will be automatically stored to your cells. Okay, so that is autofill option. Similarly, if I have an autofill option, the next thing that we will be seeing is how to include a we have seen how to include a comment. If you want to include a note to this, just click on the cell, you have a note option. Here you can give a note. So the speciality of the note is this note is not normally visible in the cell. It will be visible only when you click on that particular cell. You can see the message. When you are using the same sheet, if you are using in your desktop or in your laptop, you can see that when your mouse hover over the cell, that notification or message will be visible. Okay, so the next thing that we'll be discussing here is how to include data validation. To include data validation, you can see there is a button here, 3 dots are visible here. Click on this, you can see different options available here. Okay, first one is find and replace. You'll be very much familiar with find and replace if you have used Word. You can select any value and any number of times the value is there, you can replace that value. The next option is data validation. Data validation, the significance of data validation is that you can include certain validation functions. That is, you can limit what type of value or what value is entered to a particular cell. Okay, for that I have selected the sheet A1 and the cell is K2. I can for that particular cell I want to include a list of items, that is I want a drop down list to be visible. For that, what I have done is I have selected the cell range. On the criteria button I am going to select list of items. and here you can see a plus and an add button. Click on that. You can type what content you want here, what message you want there. So I'm typing English. Okay, that is one item has come. Now I am typing Malayalam. Okay, Malayalam. Then I want done. Then I want another thing, that is I want Hindi to come there as an option. Then I want one more language, that is Sanskrit. Okay, these are the 5 languages I want. I have completed this. I have given the list of items. Now next thing you have to do is, here there is an option you can see here, show drop down list, drop down menu in cell. You have to open it and keep. You have to, it will be like this. You have to select it. Then you can give a validation text, what text you want to validate. If you are not giving a correct value, what text or what message you want, I can open that. I can select it, activate it, and on edit I can give the validation text whatever I want. Then you have 2 options. When someone enters invalid data inside that particular cell, you can either show a warning or you can reject that input. Either of the 2 is possible. Select whichever is convenient for you and save. Okay, now I have come back to my sheet. You can see there is a drop down list here. Inside that, what all text you have, what all items you have given, only that value can be inserted. This is one type of validation where you provide a drop down list to a cell. The next type of value that is possible is, I'm going to include a range of values. Okay, for that I'm going to again take data validation. Inside data validation, I have selected the cell, and for the criteria I'm going to give a range. Range I can give which what is the range of values that is permitted. This range will be normally a set of range of cells that you provide. I'm going to give A2 to A20. These are the values that I am permitting. Okay, I am going to click on save and come back to my sheet. Again you can see a range of values that is permitted. Earlier you could see limited number of items that you gave. Here you are going to give a range of values from your given cell. The next thing that you can do is, another type is, you can include a checkbox. For that again I am going to take data validation. I have selected which cell I want. Inside the criteria I can give a tick box. Click save. You can see a tick box, a checkbox that is available. And when the checkbox is unchecked, you can see the value as false, and when it is checked, you can see the value as true. Okay, so this is the next option. The next thing that I will be showing is how to include a proper validation. That is, if you want the value not to be, if I want a cell value that should be greater than 20. Okay, so in the criteria I have selected the cell. In the criteria I am going to say greater than. I am going to select greater than. I am going to give a value 50. Okay, I am given a value 50. Done. So here if I enter a value 49, what will happen? I should get an error message, and the value should be greater than. See, here you can see a red button, red corner, there is a red highlighting is there, which will show you an error message. Okay, the cell contents violates its validation rule. So similarly you can validate whether the given value is a date, or a date that lies between a given time, or you can have what is that whether that particular cell contains a particular text, or it is exactly a given text, or you need a email validation. You can check whether it is a valid URL, or whether it is a date or a range of date, or it is lying between a particular date. You have lots of options available here which you can utilize. Even you can give a custom formula also. You can give the value should lie between so and so value. Okay, so these are the different options that you can use in data validation. Using data validation, what you are going to do is, you can limit the value that can be assigned to that particular cell or a set of cell. Here I have used every single cells. It is not necessary that you can use a single cell. You can select a range also. Okay, So the next option that I'll be trying to show is a named ranges. Named ranges, you can combine a group of values. For example, if I combine this 5 values and I name and keep it as a group, for that I have to use a laptop or a desktop. Only there you can add or edit a named range. If already you have a named range, that can be accessed here using named range. Here there is no named range available in this for particular document. Okay, so that name range can be used for validations also. The next thing that I'll be showing is how to create a filter. Filter means you can, if I have a set of values here, isn't it, and I have a percentage values, I have computed the total, I have shown the percentage. If I say that I want only the percentage which are greater than 75, or I want the values between a particular range, I can use filters. So to create a filter, what I have to do is, I have to create a filter, to create a filter, I have to click on the 3 buttons there. There I can see where is my data validation. Okay, I already have a, my mistake. I have opened the sheet. Okay, I've selected a sheet. I'm going to create a filter. Okay, I've created a filter for a roll number. Okay, so I want to see, I'm going to click on roll number, double click on roll number. You can see that you have an option. You can just click on that. You can see a filter, a tab coming here. You can now design a filter. Okay, I'm going to give filter by condition. Click on filter. What I want the value should be greater than or equal to maybe 80. Okay, when I complete it, I can click on this check button and my filter will be created. Okay, so I'll just show it once again. I'm going to choose the percentage. I have this percentage value. I'm going to create a filter by condition that the value should be greater than or equal to 80. Okay, so once a filter is applied, you can see only values that are greater than 80 will be visible here. So I'm going to just edit my filter. I don't have anyone who's getting greater than 80, so I'll say I'll have values which are greater than 75. I'm going to set the filter. You can see values greater than 75, percentage is greater than 75 is only shown. When you are using a laptop or a desktop, you can create filters and store that filters as a named unit. Here you cannot store the filter. Once you create a filter, you have to remove the filter to do the next set of activities. Okay, the next thing that we can use here is how to share your document. We know that while using Google Sheets, being an online app, the greatest advantage is that you can share it. Multiple people can access, edit or comment on your document. So how can you share your document? To share the document, there are 2 options. Either you can click on this share button. This is the share button that is available for us. Click on that. You can type the name of the people who are going to share. You can store the address. If I want to share it with a particular mail ID, I can give the mail ID, that what message I want to give, and I can select what editing powers or what sharing capacity I'm going to provide the person. It can either be a viewer, commenter, or an editor. If it is assigned as an editor, that person can edit your document. If it is a commenter, he can just comment on your content, and if it's a viewer, he can just view the document. No corrections can be possible. Another method of sharing is click on this button. You can see share and export option. Here the first option is share. You can share using share the file. The next thing is share using a link. You can get the link. You can get a link for sharing your data. You have a copy link. You can share it using your WhatsApp or mail. Okay. The next thing is you can send a copy. Different formats are possible. Either you can store it as an Excel or a PDF or an open document format. Any format you can you can send your data. The next thing is you can save also. You can save it in different formats. This is possible in your desktop also. And the last option that I would like to show is the add-ons. There is an option called add-ons. You can get add-ons for your web application like document design or copper CRM for your G Suite. All these add-ons can be installed. There are very limited add-ons that are permissible with your mobile app, with your desktop or laptop using Google Sheets. There are lots of add-ons available which you can use to enhance the capacity or the power of your Google Sheets. Okay, and another option that is available in Google Sheets and mobile app is available offline. If even if I don't have an internet access, I can use this file. I can access this file or work on it. Okay, so I can make it as I can decide whether I want it to be available offline or it has to be available online only. So these are the different features or different things that you can do using your Google Sheets and mobile app. This is a very limited version. There are the power or the full capacity of Google Sheets cannot be utilized using your mobile app. The best possibility is either a desktop or a laptop. There are lots of features available. For the time's sake, with the limited facilities or limited access, there are lots of things that you can do. All these are the powerful tools or powerful capacities of Google Sheet. Do try it out. Thank you and have a great day.